Hey Swears, it's Karnak, Star Wars Armada Explained. You're joining me again to look at the title for the Rebels, Phoenix Home. This is for the Pelta class assault frigate, or assault ship, excuse me. It's a frigate in canon, but it's a ship here for whatever reason they want to go with. Anyway, Phoenix Home. So Phoenix Home, how do you know it equips to the Pelta? Well, there's a picture of it on there, but if you look at the bottom left-hand corner of the card, you'll see the icon there for it. Faction specific for the Rebel Alliance only. You'll see that icon next to its point cost, which is 3. Now, for Phoenix Home, you'll see a little dot or bullet point in front of its name. Shows that this card is unique. You can only have one of these cards in your fleet, so there's only one Phoenix Home. It reads, you gain one additional officer icon in your upgrade bar. You can be assigned up to 4 command tokens instead of a number of command tokens equal to your command value. So this card is, I love it. I think it's great. I think if you have a Pelta and you have a reason to be able to bring it. There's just so many different cool things you can do with them. And I mean, if you look at GenCon, GenCon, I mean, Peltas took, there were only 3 Peltas total in the tournament, and they both took first and second place. So Peltas OP, FFG, please nerf. Let's get into Phoenix Home, though. So let's break it down. Let's start with that first part, and then we'll go on to the second one. So you gain one additional officer icon in your upgrade bar. You can't get it more straightforward than that. So all ships have access to generally just one officer icon, or one officer upgrade icon. And you can only ever equip one officer to a ship. The Super Star Destroyer has some exceptions to that now. You can equip multiple officers. But for the longest time, it was just only the Rebels who had the ability to equip this title and put a second officer on the ship card. And I do want to point out that you can get some really cool combinations and things going on with this. Let's go on to the next part. You can be assigned up to 4 command tokens instead of a number of command tokens equal to your command value. Now, every ship has a command value. You'll see on there. So it says command. It's a command value, just like it says squadron value, engineering value. So on a Pelta, the command value is 2. Meaning it only needs 2 command dials. It has to set command dials 2 turns in advance. And typically a ship can only carry as many tokens as its command value. So the Phoenix Home is making an exception to this. It's saying, hey, you don't need to worry about that. You can equip up to 4 command tokens instead of the command token equal to command value. Now remember, you can only ever bring 1 command token of each type. You can't bring multiples of the same, exception now being the Super Star Destroyer Executor title, but that will be covered when I do that video. So pretty much you can give it 1 of each token, is what this is saying. So instead of only being able to give it the 2, or it can only hold the 2, now it can hold the 4. So that's Phoenix Home. It gives you a second officer slot on the ship, and it allows you to carry up to 4 command tokens rather than 2 command tokens. So that's the card. Now let's delve into some interesting interactions with this card. The first one I want to talk about is GARM. This is probably the biggest contention point for a few people in terms of, does GARM, does he or does he not give Phoenix Home more tokens than the 2 that's listed on the command card if they have the Phoenix Home title equipped? So the short answer is no, GARM does not. And I'm going to explain why. So Phoenix Home, it says you can be assigned up to 4 command tokens instead of the number of tokens equal to your command value. The issue with GARM, though, GARM specifically says at the start of the first round and the 5th round, each friendly ship may gain a number of command tokens equal to its command value. So it's all well and good that Phoenix Home can be assigned more tokens than its command value. GARM specifically is stating you can only assign tokens equal to its command value. You look at the chip card, command value is 2. There's nothing in this game that permanently increases your command value. Also, why would you want to do this? So no, GARM can only ever assign 2 tokens to the Pelta. Now, if you already have 2 tokens on the Pelta, obviously then GARM can give him 2 more. Okay, you can still fill it up to 4, but he can only give that Pelta 2 tokens at that time. He can't give it 4 tokens. So that was an interaction. Again, wanted to make sure I was clearing up. Okay, although we did put it as a question to the developers, we haven't heard an answer back from it yet, although we are extremely confident that this is the answer that's going to be given to us based on conversations I've had with multiple other TOs from Worlds, Regionals, etc. Okay. Let's get into some cool combos that you can have with the double officers. What a lot of people will do is they'll bring Ramos Antilles and Ahsoka Tano on a Pelta, so that way the Pelta is a self-contained ship in terms of if you're wanting to generate fleet commands. Now, typically with fleet commands, you have to be having something, it's either saving its dials for tokens to generate the fleet commands, or you have to bring along something like a flotilla that's shuttling a token over to it. By having this combination, you're turning the Pelta into its own self-contained unit, because that token that Ramos Antilles gains, you can Ahsoka that token, before, after, during, etc. I mean, the time on Ahsoka, as I've reviewed, is ridiculous. Pretty much it's just anytime you want. So when you gain that, if you reveal, for example, like a navigation command, so you get the navigation dial and token, well, then you can Ahsoka that token into a concentrate fire for intensify firepower, or a navigation for entrapment formation, or you already have the navigation, so you wouldn't need to change it. But you see what I'm saying. You could change it to a repair for shields to maximum. It's expensive. I mean, that's an expensive combination, but it's cheaper than bringing a flotilla that essentially do the same thing. That way, the Pelta can still use the navigate dial for stuff, and then you change that token to something else. So that, yeah, again, it allows you to save points for maybe more combat ships rather than having to bring these straggling flotillas. Another combination that you're going to probably potentially see in Rebellion of the Rim is this combo here with Flight Commander and Captain Rex. So Captain Rex, again, haven't reviewed this card. The card's not officially released, but his wording says you may choose one enemy ship at close range. That ship gains 1 raid token of your choice. And that is when you execute the squadron command. So does this combination work? Could you use Flight Commander to delay your squadron activation until after the ship moves, and then do your squadron command and then trigger Captain Rex? Absolutely. Because you're delaying that squadron command until after you execute maneuver. Captain Rex only triggers when a squadron command is resolved. So yeah, Phoenix Home, you can put it along at speed 2. You have engine techs and go that for Cyto speed 3. You can do the Flight Commander, activate throughout some squadrons, and you can also Captain Rex and throw out a raid token out there. But again, you have to be at close range of an enemy ship in order to do that, so make sure Phoenix Home is not in a dangerous position when you try to do that. But I wanted to make sure that I was pointing out that this is a combination that is possible. But of course, if you guys feel like I missed anything with Phoenix Home, or if I got anything wrong, please be sure to point it out. Let me know. I try to make sure I'm presenting, as much factual information and interactions as I possibly can. I do appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the video, and I'll see you next time.